Good evening, Gooey fam. Welcome to another Gooey video. Day 1 was met with the whines of my fellow partners Caztra and FunTime, because it wasn't a vast ocean without islands. We discovered around Spawn Island 4 structures, 3 being ships, and 1 being a giant ocean monument. We all swam over to loot ships for any supplies, mostly wood, as there were no trees at all on our island. Don't know why. Look how big that ocean monument is. We managed to take some wool, wood, and other supplies from the ships. Caztra ended up taking his boat away from me in a British accent, and resulted to me and FunTime being left alone as a duo, rather than a trio. I made us a large boat, birch boat. We both got into a large birch boat, and scurried away from the mischievous structures. Eventually, we came across a temple quad with little treasure, then spotting an underwater pillager outpost, we made our way. However, once we got over, mischief was afoot.
I like those ones. Diamond horse armor. More diamond. This is such a peak structure.
Found a wolf spawn egg.
GooeyMan, get back.
I'm coming.
Do you have a coffee?
No. No! He's dead! Now I was left alone on my little 4-person boat. Making my way back, I realized a shark was following me, so I made refuge on an island, temporarily, crawling with many googlies. After the shark drained from oxygen, I continued my path back to FunTime, with a spectacular entrance, if I say so myself. Dun 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 dun. We set off yet again to the ship we saw near both the temple and outpost, although someone was already there. Oh my god. Oh, you can see Caztra. Caztra! Castra's a witch.
I'm not kidding you, I'm playing the best Minecraft of my entire life.
Why is there an illusion there, like just in a boat here?
Why? Yeah, why? I thought that was you. Get me.
Oh! I showed the boat.
Get off my boat.
Bro! What the hell?
I didn't think you would die in one tap.
He got poisoned before, what do you mean? Well, I'm gonna pick him up, I'll see you later. FunTime was slain by Caztra. Day 2 began with going to loot another ship and riding back to pick up FunTime, although stopping to help my dad and then being yelled at by FunTime. Dad needed something, so I had to go and do it.
Hell Uber driver there.
I'm sorry, at least I came and picked you up unlike Caztra.
Yeah, no, you're right.
After a while, at sea, we settled on an island temporarily and set up camp for the day/night. While FunTime and Caztra were arguing in chat or something like that, I began chopping the trees and making beds from the wool I got from the previous ships looted. Caztra refused to sleep and we were forced to wait the night out. After my musical number, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna start singing Moana songs in a second. No one, no. Day 3 began with finding structures as we were in dire need of items. However, later in the day, Caztra hit us up.
What?
What happened?
He got mining fatigue in the middle of a cave.
Again? Caztra gained mining fatigue while trapped in a cave at Spawn Island. Of course we went to help. The rest of the day was spent trying to save Caztra. The first part of day 4 was still trying to save Caztra. They call me an orphan because I steal people's... Well, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. God damn it. No! Oh. Hey. Yeah.
GooeyMan.
He's gonna kill me. Let me on. Ah! Oh my god, drive! The second part of the day, however, is when we finally found an island to call home. The shape of the island was perfect for holstering a ship in. And then finally, we ended the night with some mining. The mining session, however, went into day 5, and so when I went back up to the surface, I began fishing until the next day. The start of day 6 carried on from last night when I was fishing. I decided after fishing for all night, I would get wool for the boat I was going to create. I was going to create a brig and I would need wool for the mast. When I got back, I began fishing Right after, I began to make furnaces and other essential items, then I went AFK. The next day I came back from being AFK and finally made the brig. After driving it around for a bit, I began to fix the island up a bit as well, fixing up the creeper hole and making a strip of water slice our island in half. Day 8, I went to a nearby structure and looted it for its goodies. Diamond. Easy. After looting the structure, I went back home and fished until it turned to day 11. I fish a lot in this series. I also have to note that during this time, Caztra hopped off for the day. On day 12, I set off on an adventure, searching for who knows what. But I found an underwater village full of drowned, guarding their treasure. I swam down into the depths in search of a blacksmith, eventually finding one. When I look in the chest, I find it, a giant hammer, alongside feral claws. Which, mind you, the feral claws are from Terraria. After finding these items, I go back to my island. Day 13 wasn't an eventful one for me, although for my scallywag fun time, it was different. Man, it is loud. No! He was slain by a skeleton shark and attempted to get his stuff back.
Like dismounted. Like
Eventually though, he gained it back. Got my ship! Drive! Oh my god!
What's the problem?
The next day of recording started slow. It was still day 13 and we learned that if you left the game and rejoined, your microphone wouldn't be connected anymore unless you restarted your whole entire game. So most of the day was just rejoining and such. Day 14, I went mining mostly for iron, coal, and most importantly, diamonds. I ended up finding a mine shaft full of creepy crawlies. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I'm sorry if that was something important. I'm just trying to find an obsidian that's like, oh, there we go, more diamonds. This isn't gonna collapse when I break. Continuing through the mine shaft, I also found a prismarine version of a mine shaft that was full of water. After a day worth of mining later, I returned to the surface on day 15. After coming back home, I began fishing. When it became night, I set off to Castra's quarters as it has been some time since we have met. After around 600 blocks, I finally arrived at my destination. Lucy is a boy! Lucy is a boy! Lucy is a boy! What do you mean? I've always had a bow. I've always had a bow. Oh! You wanna come see our base?
How far away is it? Be honest.
It's just that way, 700 blocks that way.
My God, I'm fishing, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me put my fish on the hook, and I'll be right with you.
After our interaction, I gave Caztra a ride to our base so he could see how we were doing.
Are you coming to live with us, kid? Oh.
No, he's living over there. Bro, it's pretty cool over there. He's got like a greenhouse.
Yeah, that sounds cute.
Yeah. Finally, Caztra set off back to his island on day 16. Day 16, me and FunTime found a companion.
What is that? Is that something
Yeah.
He's like screaming.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh god. After finding our little critter friend, I finally began building the foundation for my base by using materials given to me on and under the island. FunTime also found out about the tackle box, which we could use to upgrade our modded fishing rods. After a bit of shark watching on day 17, I continued to build my base. After I was done with the walls, there was a feuding battle going on between a whale and a giant squid. After the feud was done, I went straight back to building. I ended up taking a break and started expanding on our sugarcane farm. After expanding, FunTime came up to me with a gift.
Oh! Wait, no, lost tentacle. Never mind.
Oh yeah, bro, you should have seen it before. That was actually, that could still be put on the fishing rod. Also, you should have seen before. There was like a guy, a whale and a guy over there fighting. Maybe that's what this is from. No, you can't. Alright, see ya. At the end of the day, I finally finished the walls and roof, although I had no sand for glass, so I set afoot looking for an island to take sand from. After getting the sand from my base, I made furnaces, smelted the sand, and then went AFK. After attempting to go to Castra's base, FunTime had an idea that arose on day 18. Beep, beep, beep. Yep, go.
You know what I want? I want a mud. You got Mordecai in there. I want a new mud that lets me take enchantments off
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
The grindstone. Yeah?
Oh.
And you wanna know why? You wanna know why?
Why? Yeah,
Or you can put that with your verd, but I still actually... Well, no, if you take that off your verd, you know, then...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like a, yeah. Should we get it?
Yeah, because at least it's not cheating. Is there like a mod you guys found? After installing the mod for our mod pack, Caztra needed sugarcane for his base, so he came over to grab some. Oh my god, it's Caztra! Yeah. See ya. When Caztra left, I began fishing. FunTime came back from his adventure and renovated the fishing hole. When phantoms began attacking us, we went to sleep. After a full day of fishing, me and FunTime went to visit Caztra. Aww, poor little doggy.
Hello!
The dog was outside in the rain. Give me it. Give me whatever it is. How do I get this achievement? Oh. Oh, the house.
She'll be right. She'll be right. She'll be right.
You wanna hop in the boat? You wanna have a talk? After taking Willy from Caztra, it was day 20. At the start of the day, I made a worm farm for getting worms. Then, it was back to fishing. I went on an excursion, looking for the ice maze. Let me give you some context. In this mod pack, we aren't allowing ourselves to go to the end as it ruins the fun if any of us got elytras. But one of the mods added in a structure for endgame, and for this 100 days, we're gonna conquer that structure, aka the ice maze. Also doing this because it's FunTime with Spruce. He likes Spruce. I set off towards the south of the island, finding many structures and many islands, although none were icy and none were sprucey. Eventually, however, I met one of the goals. Oh, he's gonna be so happy. I think it's gonna be physically impossible to actually 100% this game. Or get every achievement, not 100%. After finding Spruce Island, I ventured further down, south. After reaching 3k blocks away from home, I decided to turn back as it was getting dark. I drove all the way back until I discovered someone's demise. No! My boat was sunk. An emotional moment for me that led me in a therapist's office. I made a tiny, puny boat from the wooden scraps and took the sailor with me. Drastically in defeat in the morning of day 22, where I did what a loathsome little goo would do. Plant and fish. Day 23 to 24. I went to mine obsidian for the nether portal we were going to create. After grabbing the obsidian, I began to fish until Caztra came over, as we were all going to go into the nether together. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy.
Also,
Yeah.
I was talking this whole time. My mic was muted, but I could not.
You ready?
Let's go, gang. Let's go.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, banging spawn, banging spawn.
Oh, but
Banging! Banging spawn!
oh my god! While everyone left me when I was setting a waypoint, FunTime came back and we were ready to hunt. In this mod pack, leather is very hard to come by, as cows and other leather dropping critters are hard to come by. However, hoglins drop leather, so we ventured to get leather. Oh, what the?
Oh, it's sucking me. It's sucking me good.
Oh, funny.
I got one.
Let's go. That's enough for one book.
Check the floor on making 3 golden things. And if I just put that onto a book. Oh, it's a jungle.
These guys are just coming after me.
They're not a fan of your kind, huh?
There's another one.
Jungle temple. I don't have a good feeling about it. But I'm gonna go in.
Is it like actually one? Oh, it actually is.
There was some pretty good weapons I can salvage.
Whoa!
Dude,
My
have
bad.
you ever been in a jungle temple?
Yeah. Of course I have. Just never been inside of a Nether jungle temple. After
I'm gonna
we
go
were
back
finished
home
in the
and
Nether,
restock on
I
stuff.
crafted a blood sprayer from the mosquitoes we killed in the Nether. Then we went to sleep. Day 25 was just fishing. Although at the end of the day, Caztra came over yet again.
Oh my god. I got a message in a bottle. You wanna read it with me? What the hell is fish allergy? Some sort of reaction to fish? That's it.
Oh, I thought. Oh, that's great.
Oh, what type of sword is that? Oh, spellbound. Where'd you get that?
I made it with diamond, an ender pearl, a golden apple, and an amethyst shard.
And so, my mind was set on getting the Crucible. So on day 26, we went to get the ingredients. A block of redstone, a wither skull, a netherite ingot, and finally, the broken Crucible, which can only be found in Bastions. So we set off, getting the ingredients. Me and Caztra went to the Nether first, to get the wither skull.
How do I do that?
Next, we went to a nearby bastion that was shown on the world map. We ventured deeper and deeper until we finally arrived.
It's down this way.
We can just beam them with our swords.
After not finding a broken crucible, we went to another bastion that was surfaced on the map, although this time being accompanied by FunTime.
Get him!
What? What? No.
Up here! Ah, I'm gonna die. Oh my god.
The main core of the bastion was completely looted and not a broken crucible in sight. So me and FunTime ventured deeper while Caztra went home.
Yeah, no, they're coming to you.
I'm gonna die.
Go for the chest. No way, come on. You got this.
No!
I had died.
Thank you.
I ran back as quick as possible to get my loot back, completely naked and afraid.
Gonna be really challenging too. I didn't bring any armor.
Everything good.
After that stressful
God.
run to the Bastion, I decided to go home. Days 27 to 33 were all about fishing with the frequent visits from Caztra. If you're wondering why we are fishing for this long, it's because of a thing called Neptunium armor that we can fish from Neptune's bounties, which is better than Netherite. After fishing for 6 days straight, I went to visit Caztra and also complain about the infrequent amount of Neptune's bounties I was getting, which was 0. For the rest of the night, I began fishing at Castra's crib, still trying to get a Neptune's bounty, until finally.
Oh! Okay, here we go. Wow.
I returned back to base on day 35 and began fishing yet again, having a little convo of Kaz until finally going to sleep. Day 36, the day that changed everything. In this mod pack, you can throw bricks. Throwing the bricks into glass destroys them. Castra's place was a greenhouse with lots of glass. So after fishing for a while, FunTime had a plan.
Oh no. It's sinking. It's just going. Oh, it's gone now.
So we began to make bricks, and then set off to Castra's crib.
Yo, do you have window insurance? Skirt. I got him. I got his windows. Quickly, get the rest. Get on.
Hit any of them?
Yeah, I hit a few. Get on.
Go.
After a less than successful bombing, we went to get clay from an island, and then clay from underwater thanks to my Neptunium shovel. After grabbing the clay, we began making bricks, not before discovering something mischievous on day 37.
Oh my god.
This time, he deserved it. So after cooking bricks, we came for round 2, with the thunderous collapse of what was going to go down.
He's going. Skirt. I got so mad.
Go.
Bro, I'm still going.
You're still going, you still got some?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
After coming back home, Caztra hopped off the server for good and marked the ending of a chapter. The start of our recording session was just fishing. I can't wait to start. The next day, I began to continue my search for the broken Crucible and set off south towards a surface bastion on the world map. This is actually terrifying, holy. After finally making it to the Bastion, I began to tread carefully. However, I began to take larger steps. I grabbed a kitchen knife and began to run as fast as I could back to my body, along with FunTime.
Yeah, but I'm really low.
Gooey.
So not being able to do anything, I went to Castra's base and gave it a Vikings ending to commemorate his time in our world. Caztra told us that he hid all his loot in a chest somewhere in the world, and so FunTime began to look for it. But me, the next 2 days, I began to fish, and then hopped off, as I was feeling down the dumps from losing my stuff, ending a quick session. After taking a few days away from the world, I hopped on yet again and began fishing for the first day. On day 46, I began to mine for diamonds and such to prepare to go back to get all my loot. I don't know what to say, same. After mining for a bit, I ended up dying and running back to get my loot. Oh my god. Pretty deep. After getting my loot back, I began to mine some more, while FunTime died to lava. After that, I began to mine some more. After a bit, I returned to the surface and gave FunTime his loot back, and fished again for a bit. Then I went to Castra's base and looted the remnants of his base, and returned home on day 48. For these days, I was just fishing. However, at the end of the day, I finally decided to embark on an adventure to get my loot back. Before we embark on our journey to get my loot back, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you're enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is a pretty big goal if I do say so myself. So it'd mean a lot if you would subscribe, and let's get back on to embarking on that adventure. I began to embark to the Bastion I died at, being accompanied by FunTime. We lived in the path I took to get there. Oh, hey, see you.
Hello. I see some of my stuff.
I'm gonna keep going. Alright, we're here. After making it to the Bastion, I grabbed all my loot and decided to continue searching for the broken Crucible within the Bastion. All my stuff. I'm gonna keep exploring this place. Okay. Wait, I was already up here. Oh, no, we found it! It's here!
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, finally finding it. We headed back to the portal. Get the kids! And finally, we made it home. We're here. Safe at last. Yay! On day 52, I went back to the Nether to grab netherite for the Crucible, using the beds that FunTime had created from looting boat sails. Alright, well, I've got to turn off smoke physics. Oh! Oh. After getting all the netherite, I returned home and went to bed because of phantoms. Finally, on day 53, it was time. Finally, the broken Crucible.
Oh such a... Whoa, that's magical.
Alright, now time to dye this. Blue Crucible. And so, for the rest of the day, I fished and began to make a room for the villagers to go into. On day 54, I realized something. Oh!
Oh my god, I can see it. Like, dude. Like, I'm looking at the tip of it.
When it jets. After discovering that, I went exploring down south. I ended up finding villagers on my travel and took them home only to realize something heartbreaking. Oh man, now I can't destroy the boat. After getting the villagers set up, I began to fish some more, up until the ending of our recording session. Purity. Days 59 through 61. I sadly got Neptunium leggings off camera because I forgot to record and proceeded to fish for the next few days. On day 62, FunTime ran out of spruce saplings, so I went to grab some more from Spruce Island. FunTime was also working on villagers, while I went to go grab some spruce. I upgraded my Crucible with a stacked enchanted book I combined with other books and got a pretty decent sword. I ended up creating a Neptunium chestplate by smelting down other Neptunium pieces and ventured with FunTime to overcome the ocean monument. My god, there are so many guardians here. Oh. Crouch and swim.
I found an orb.
Oh, here you go. Oh!
Oh my god.
No!
I'm going back home then too. After escaping the ocean monument, I went back home and AFK'd. Then I came back and fished. I began to fish even more and removed all my enchants on my fishing rod, leaving me with a plain Neptunium one. At the end of day 66, I went to create a mob farm, although FunTime suggested a blaze farm, so I began to work towards that on day 67 instead. The next couple days I began getting the resources to create the blaze farm, such as glass and lots of iron. Days 69 and 70 were all about building the farm itself.
Oh!
After a few days, we went back to the overworld. Day 71. Tragedy.
Up here, on the stairs.
lost all my stuff.
I know.
It's all gone. Oh, why do we have to keep recording? I would just cheat my stuff in by now. Oh, I lost my fishing rod. After a month away from the world, I began to start making progress towards getting loot. I found an underwater village on the world map and began to go towards the structure at the fall of the sun. After making it to the village though, I realized there was no feral claws in the blacksmith. I decided to go to Castra's crib and loot a little more, then I went home to look for ancient debris. I began bed mining in the Nether to get ancient debris for armor. Oh, one thing right. After getting all ancient debris, I went back home to create a netherite helmet, and then went to continue the blaze farm, although having trouble with the blazes halfway through day 74. So I went back to the overworld to fish and managed to fish up a few Neptune's bounties. But for the next few days, me and FunTime set our sights on finishing the blaze farm. Ah. Oh really? Oh, let's go. Only 2 more to go. I ran out of blocks. What's up? And on the morning of day 79, we did it. Oh. While making the farm, we were also killing wither skeletons for heads, so we could beat the wither. And that's what we were going to do today. So we began mining to the bottom of the world. Oh my god! Can you place a water bucket down for me? We finally made it, and it was time.
Really good or really bad? Jesus.
Ring heights.
God damn, it's glowing, man. What?
I regrets. This is really not really. This is not meant for 2 people.
Yeah.
Oh, diamonds. Oh. I died. I, however, died, as again, I am not good at the game. So I ventured back to get my loot, and the Nether Star. Now you might be thinking, yes, finally, you can make a beacon. On day 80, I went to mine some more ancient debris. I came back to the overworld to fish, then back to more mining. After a while though, I went to the blaze farm to see how it was doing. Then I began to make my way towards another bastion surfaced on the map. I finally made it to the bastion, and died again. What? God,
What the hell?
if I die one more time to a pickle and brute. So I made my way over again, and died. I can't survive this. So I decided to go to FunTime again, and finally got my stuff back, and ventured into the core of the Bastion where FunTime. There's 2 brutes after me.
I know this Crucible thing is.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, bet.
I said that, but you were too busy running away.
FunTime found it,
Exact same.
so we took it as time to go back to the overworld. Yeah, but I suck at the game and I hate the Nether. Like, can I have my Crucible stuff? I also realized we had no redstone and went to go mine some, then came back to the surface to make the Crucible again. Then I went to grind out the Blaze Farm. On day 83, I did a bunch of things and realized I didn't have a boat. So I created another brig and found out something great. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! It glides with physics now. I think it does. And so, on day 84, I began to explore underwater villages to find feral claws. Look at this. What? There's no blacksmith here. God damn it. I came home empty-handed and just started grinding the Blaze Farm. These days were mainly focused on fishing and grinding out the Blaze Farm. This was the last day of the recording session, and so I ended it on a high note, hoping the next session was as promising as this was. Continuation from day 87, I was mostly waiting for my new companion Caztra. Then, we went to bed. I began to grind the Blaze Farm for experience to put a really stacked book from FunTime storage onto my Crucible. I was still grinding the Blaze Farm on day 89 and finally put the stacked book on my Crucible. Then I went looking for feral claws yet again. However, not finding any, I went back home and went to sleep.
Go to bed.
Day 90. It was now time to make haste to the Ice Mage.
Okay, so
Or you.
it's been like it's day 90 now, so I think I've been here.
Eventually we got there, exploring any structures to find a boss on them.
You just gonna let me deal with it, GooeyMan? You're the protagonist. Warning you. Oh yeah, dude, gooey. You got it. Another pair of digging claws.
Oh, diamond, iron, lapis, iron nuggets.
Gooey, I'm seeing some more loot, gang. Come here,
Loot?
gang.
Mouse tweaks.
Hey, now, God.
Oh, I'm dead.
Dagger of greed.
That's crazy. Oh, sea stew. Oh, hey, stop it.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I lived for the day.
I don't know what she looks like. Oh, that's the guy up here.
Yes, Luke.
Look, gang. Red LMG. Oh, over here. Iron is iron. Oh, bottle of experience. Ah.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Luke gang? Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Luke gang?
Look, gang. Look, gang. Look, gang.
How am I running out of food? I had a stack of cooked
Oh.
Luke,
Eventually, however, we found one. Oh, I got it. The shell horn. We went outside the ship and began the battle.
You wanna break?
Oh, it's gone now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Gooey! You really would!
How to deal this?
Hit them.
I gotta run.
Get that up.
Oh my.
Are you actually hurt?
Yeah. Holy.
I'm like, this won't go for me, and you know what? I'm okay with that.
Oh my god. What was that?
Uh-oh. Hold up your shield, Gooey, you little man.
Holding up my shield.
You wanna like kind of convince her to not use this exact. Like aggro on me, buddy. Aggro on me, buddy.
Wait, she's full health again?
Yeah, no, she heals. She heals like 8 times. It's annoying.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Oh. Okay, no wait for her to
Run and
fall.
heal, run and heal, run and heal. Okay, never mind. She's healing. Did you bring gaffles? I have a gaffle that I can drop you.
I'm gonna die. Heart
Okay,
heart.
No, you're not. Stop lying.
I died, yet again. However, I was 2,000 blocks away, so I had to hurry. Spawning on Spawn Island, I made haste as Caztra began yelling for help in chat. I finally made it back, with Caztra being very low with no food left.
I'm here. Take the bed over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. We did it!
Nice.
We finally defeated her with lots of loot that dropped from her. Caztra ended up picking up a map, so we made haste to the next location. We finally made it and then we began exploring.
Oh my god, is this another boss?
It's I think it's a mini boss. Oh, I'm seeing full leather armor here. Bending leather armor.
I see you on the other side. Wow. Oh.
Oh, he moved.
Oh, he pushes you back. Oh my god. Alright, it's barrel in here.
Oh, we got it. That looks easy.
Oh.
I'm getting out. Quick.
Oh.
We have to like go through the walls. Hey, Loot Gang, how's it going?
Oh my god, there are so many guys there. Holy crap.
My Loot Gang? Is it the key?
I was more worried about this. Oh yeah, I do.
Open that up. Open that up, bud.
I do not have the ice key. Oh, okay.
Once looted, we ran back up to the surface and made way back to the brig. After saying bye to my fellow brethren,
Oh my god.
we drove home.
Raid.
Only to be encountered by a raid, so we went to sleep. On day 93, we began to take care of the raid. Once we beat the raid, I began running around trying to find things to do, although eventually I went to bed with Caztra. On day 94, I began to clean the place up a bit. Caztra insisted we went to the Nether to destroy the beds, and so I followed.
No.
After that, he
Oh,
tried taking my
kill the
boat
boat.
to his
Kill the
base,
green boat.
so I killed him and kicked him from the server. And so I made a grave for him and went to bed, cold and alone. These days, I did nothing. I cleaned up, I fished, I made a basement, I farmed, I made plans, until finally, the sun set. Day 100. The last day I would ever spend on this world.
Let me.
And so, I began spending it. We're going back to where it all began. Farewell for my balls. little Terry and watch the sunset on the horizon. You know, this was my first ever time spending 100 days on a single Minecraft world, fully. And so, sleeping in that bed made me feel a little empty. Waking up on day 101, where I logged off forever on that world.